Qualifying is complete and the grid is now official. Welcome back to the old Yakima Valley Speedway as we bring you more exciting racing action here for the merch Miami can presents the JDM Mania Tournament. After witnessing all the action we saw in just the qualifying race, I'm extremely excited to see what round one has in store for it.
And I'll be excited when this invasion is over.
Oh, come on, Ricky, you're not fooling anybody. We all heard you come to life in the last race.
Come to life over what? These four bangers and their Nagasaki nosy boys? I don't think so.
Well, I think we've made these fans wait long enough, so let's get down for these driver introductions. Starting us off in the qualifying time at 15.235 seconds in his 1969 Toyota 2000 GT for Vapor Diecast Racing, it's Sneaky Bob.
At least it's a classic.
Up next in the qualifying time at 15.497 seconds in his 2017 Acura NSX for Grumpy Cloud Racing, it's Grumpy Cloud. Qualifying to 18.304 seconds in his 2011 Subaru WRX STI for Merch by Meekin, it's Gringo Loco.
Did he sell out the windshield?
And finally, making his way in by coming in second place during the qualifying race in his 2017 Acura NSX for Puffs Racing, it's Puff. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, your drivers for round one, group one. Now enough talking, let's get down to the racing surface. Starting us off in that front inside row, it's Sneaky Bob with Grumpy Cloud right there next to him. Then it's Gringo Loco and Puff. The drivers will rotate once every race, and then the points will go up on the board based on where they finish.
You mean if they finish?
Ricky!
It's time for race one.
Down the backstretch they go, it's Sneaky Bob leading them down into turn one. You've got Grumpy Cloud right there behind him as he's slowly starting to catch up through the chicane. Can he make it up to his bumper as they're coming down the final stretch? Down to the line, it's going to be Sneaky Bob, followed by Grumpy Cloud, then it's going to be Puff, and then Gringo Loco bringing up the rear.
I tell you, Gringo must really be Loco.
What are you going on about now?
Did you not see his windshield? He sold it out. You can't see out the driver's side.
Ricky, you do know that half these cars are right-hand drive vehicles, right?
What, you mean like a mail truck?
I mean, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, and I bet they're about as unreliable as one that's slow on their deliveries, too.
How about you focus on delivering some race commentary as Sneaky Bob is your leader with Grumpy Cloud right there behind him as race two is now underway. Out the gate, Grumpy Cloud takes off down into turn one. Sneaky Bob is right there on his tail as they're heading down into turn two. Through the chicane, can Sneaky Bob catch up to Grumpy Cloud? Down into turn three. Oh, he gets him a tap. Coming down the final stretch. Here they come down to the line. It's going to be Grumpy Cloud, followed by Sneaky Bob. Then it's going to be Puff. And then here comes Gringo Loco, bringing up the rear. A great run by Grumpy Cloud as he puts down a track time of 15.607 seconds. He and Sneaky Bob are tied for that first place position with 9 points. Then you have another tie between Gringo Loco and Puff, both with 5 points. We are down to 2 races left to go. Can Puff pull off some magic? He's on that front inside lane as lap 3 is now underway. It's a tight race as they head down into the turn one. Puff has a drafting partner by the name of Grumpy Cloud as the NSXs are working together as they head down. And on turn three, can Grumpy Cloud, oh, he spins around as they head down the final stretch. It's gonna be Puff coming in first place, followed by Grumpy Cloud in the reverse. Then it's gonna be Gringo Loco, and then Sneaky Bob.
And Puff just tightened up the points.
That he did, as well as putting down an amazing track time. Let's check out the replay cam as we see Grumpy Cloud loses complete control of his car as he comes out of turn three, as well as Sneaky Bob right there behind him. He is all over the track, but he's able to regain control just before coming back to the line. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are down to the final race with Grumpy Cloud as your leader with 13 points. But all these points are still very close. Even Gringo Loco has a chance to move on if he have a double DNF, as lap 4 is now underway. Down the backstretch they go, and there goes Sneaky Bob taking off down in the turn one as he is slowly pulling away from the other drivers. Here comes Grumpy Cloud, trying to catch up to him as they're heading down into turn three. Down the super stretch, can anybody catch up to Sneaky Bob? He gets a little loose, but he comes across the line at first, followed by Grumpy Cloud. Then it's Puff and Gringo Loco bringing up the rear.
Sneaky Bob might not be a muscle car, but at least it's a classic.
And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, your drivers moving on to the second round of the JDM Mania Tournament with 16 points. It's Sneaky Bob and the winner of this round, Grumpy Cloud, with 17 points. Now let's get down for these driver introductions for Group 2. Starting us off on the qualifying time of 15.383 seconds and his 98 Subaru Impreza for Man-Child Motorsports, it's Papa Pugsley.
Tagging with a qualifying time of 15.488 seconds in his 1975 Mazda MX-3 for MQH Racing, it's Bondox.
All that's Rich up next with a qualifying time of 18.790 seconds and his 95 Mazda RX-7 for Mini Mafia, it's Dreddy. And finally, earning his spot in round 1 by winning the qualifying race in his 1990 Acura NSX for Underdogs Unleashed, it's Blaze. Bondox, really?
Okay, so I'm not the best at names.
Or at spelling, as you got the graphic wrong. His name is Boondocks, and he is on the outside road right next to Papa Pugsley. And then right behind him, it's Dreddy and Blaze, as race 1 is now underway.
Okay, Mr. High School Education.
You had one job, Mr. 6th grade dropout.
I had dropout, they kicked me out.
And I'm about to kick you out of this booth as Papa Pugsley is leading them down into turn 3. You've got Boondocks right there on his tail as they're headed down to the final stretch. It's going to be Papa Pugsley coming in first as Boondocks gets loose. Here comes Dreddy coming in third, and then Blaze bring up the rear. A great run by Papa Pugsley as he puts in a track time of 15.495 seconds. He is your leader with 5 points, followed by Boondocks with 4 points. Then you have Dreddy and Blaze right there behind them. It's still close points. Anybody can take it as we have 3 races left to go as we are set and ready for lap 2. As they head down the backstretch, it's close, but Dreddy has a lead heading down into turn 1. Papa Pugsley is right there on his tail, giving him a shove through the chicane. Can Papa Pugsley make the pass as they come down the super stretch? They are flying down the final stretch. It's going to be Dreddy coming in first, followed by Papa Pugsley. Then it's going to be Blaze, and then Dreddy bringing up the rear.
Okay, I'll give it to him. That was fast.
Fast indeed as Boondocks puts down a track time of 15.122 seconds. He and Papa Pugsley are tied for first place with 9 points. And then you have another tie between Dreddy and Blaze with 5 points. We still have 2 races to go. It is anybody's race. Who is going to be moving on to round 2? Only way to find out, it's race 3. Off they go down into turn 1. It's Blaze leading them with Boondocks right there on his tail as he's giving them a shove into turn 2. Here comes Dreddy trying to make the pass through the chicane, but you've got Boondocks holding them off. They're all getting loose as Blaze is able to break free down the final stretch. Oh, Boondocks gets turned sideways as they come across the line, and it's too close to call for the 3rd place position. We have to check out the replay.
Nothing like a little bit of drama.
Absolutely, Ricky. As we check out the replay cam, you see them all coming out of turn 4. Boondocks gets a little sideways. Dreddy tries to take advantage of the situation, but Boondocks turns in front of him, but he gets turned sideways and gets stopped as they come across the line, but it's too close to call from this angle. Watching the chase cam, you see Blaze comes across the line in first. As we watch the other drives come into focus, it's going to be Papa Pugsley with his nose just barely coming across the line, beating Dreddy out for the 3rd place position. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody is out of this competition yet, as you have Boondocks sitting there with 13 points. Then it's Papa Pugsley with 12, Blaze with 10, and Dreddy with 7 points. We are down to the final race as race 4 is underway. Down the backstretch they go one final time. Dreddy leads him down into turn 1, but Papa Pugsley and Boondocks just take off. They are just leaving the other drivers behind as they are already down into turn 3, down the super stretch. Down to the line, it's going to be Papa Pugsley, followed by Boondocks. Then it's going to be Dreddy, and then Blaze bringing up the rear.
Somebody check Papa Pugsley's car. I bet you he got some nice in there.
Well, of course he does.
What, dude, what?
Did you forget this is a tuner tournament? And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, your 2 drivers moving on to the second round of the JDM Mania Tournament. It's going to be Papa Pugsley with 17 points and Boondocks also with 17 points. We'll be right back in just a minute. Welcome back to the Funkhauser Diecast Racing League as we are getting ready to continue the action here for the Merch by Meekin presents the JDM Mania Tournament. So far, we have had some great racing action, and we have 4 drivers moving on. Now we're down to the final group of 4 as the fans are in the stands. They are excited. They are ready to go as we are ready to go. So let's get down for these driver introductions. Starting us off with a qualifying time of 15.421 seconds in his 2000 Honda Civic SI, it's DJ.
Little fast for an oversized lawnmower.
Ricky. Up next with a qualifying time of 15.648 seconds in his 1990 Acura NSX for Arlo Racing, it's Arlo.
Feel like I'm having deja vu.
Next with a qualifying time of 17.218 seconds in their 2023 Nissan Z Proto for Fractal Panda Racing, it's Fractal Panda. And finally, with a qualifying time of 18.864 seconds in their 1976 Toyota Celica for G-Force Racing, it's Giorgio Soprano. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, your drivers for round 1, Group 3 of the JDM Mania Tournament.
Looks more like a lawn care company to me.
All right, Ricky, will you give the small engine jokes a break?
How big is the engine in that Honda anyways?
It came standard with a 1.6-liter four-cylinder.
A 1.6 liter? My Mountain Dew is bigger than that.
Oh, come on, Ricky, give me a break.
That engine will break before I do.
Dear God. Down they go into turn 1. It's DJ leading them with Arlo right there on his tail as they head down. In turn 2, Arlo is trying to make the pass. Oh, DJ gets loose as he goes on 2 wheels onto the wall. It's now Arlo by himself as he comes down to the line. He is going to come in first place as it looks like we've had trouble as the other drivers are trying to make it down the track. Did anybody break loose? And yes, it looks like Fractal Panda has made it loose as they come down the line in second. Arlo puts down a track time of 16.057 seconds as we check in on DJ. He is stuck down there at the entrance of turn 3 being checked out by the emergency crews, as well as Giorgio Soprano. He is also being pulled off the track and having a tire replaced down there in turn 3. As we watch the replay cam, you see DJ enters into the chicane. He goes on his 2 wheels and it's too much as he rides the wall. As you watch, he gets slammed in the back by Giorgio Soprano, and then here comes Fractal Panda also getting tangled up in the mix as they all get stuck. And here comes Fractal Panda just barely able to break loose.
Finally, we got some action in this race.
I guess by action you mean wrecking, because I've seen a ton of action in this race.
You know my thoughts. If you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing.
Well, speaking of racing, let's get back down to it as you have Arlo with 5 points and Fractal Panda with 4 points. But it's still anybody's race as race 2 is underway. Out the gate, Arlo takes off as he has a low down in the turn 1. Here comes DJ right behind him trying to catch up. Oh, he gets in trouble again in the chicane. Arlo is all alone as he's coming down to the line. Once again, he's all over the place as he comes across the line at first, followed by Giorgio Soprano, and then here comes Fractal Panda coming in third. And another great run by Arlo as he puts down a fast track time of 15.347 seconds. As we check in on DJ, he is once again stuck down at the entrance of turn 3 being checked out by the emergency crews. As we watch the replay, you see him right behind Arlo exiting turn 2. He enters the chicane and once again hits too much as his car goes on 2 wheels. He hits the outside retaining wall as he rides down. The other drivers tagging him as they come across. He spins around and he's dragging all the way down to the entrance of turn 3. As we watch him come around, he slowly makes his way down, unable to continue his momentum as he comes to a stop. And after 2 races, Arlo is still your leader with 10 points. Then you have Fractal Panda right there behind him with 7 points. Then it's Giorgio Soprano with 4 points. And don't count out DJ. He still has a chance even though he doesn't have any points on the board. We still have 2 races to go and it's anybody's game. It's a tight race as they head down in the turn 1. You have Giorgio getting a huge shove from Arlo as they head down in that turn 2. Arlo still on Giorgio's tail. Can he make the pass as they come down? Oh, Giorgio spins around. He's driving backwards. Here comes Arlo down to the line. Oh, it is a follow finish. Too close to call to figure out who came in first place.
Y'all, it's finally getting exciting.
And it looks like Cousin Ricky is finally coming to life. As we watch a replay here, you see Arlo gives Giorgio a tap as they come out of turn 3. Giorgio spins around. He shifts it in reverse. He's driving out his rearview mirror as we watch him come down the line. Here you have Arlo gets along Giorgio as they come down to the line. It's going to be Arlo just barely beating out Giorgio as they come across the line.
That's 3 wins for Arlo, but can he make it a perfect run?
Are you telling me you're actually getting excited?
Let's just say I think my boredom has finally made me delusional.
I think it's safe to say you were delusional way before this tournament started.
Wait, what?
I said Arlo's got it locked up, but it's still a fight between Fractal Panda and Giorgio as race 4 is now underway. Down the backstretch they go one final time. DJ leads him down in a turn 1. Fractal Panda is right there on his side, but Arlo gives DJ a shove as they head down into turn 3. DJ is finally starting to pull away. His car gets a little loose. Here comes Arlo down the line. DJ makes a block as he comes across the line at first, followed by Arlo. Then it's Fractal Panda and Giorgio.
DJ Knott might be moving on, but he sure made a statement.
That he did. As we watch the replay, you see them coming out of turn 4. DJ gets turned a little sideways as Arlo tries to get on the inside of him. DJ puts a block, and then he moves up as Arlo tries to make the pass, but he's unable to as DJ takes that first place. A great move by DJ there at the end, but your two drivers moving on to the second round of the JDM Mania Tournament. It's going to be Fractal Panda with 13 points, and the winner of this group, Arlo, with 19 points. The drivers moving on to the second round. We saw some great racing action today, but you had 6 drivers standing out among the rest as they will be moving on to round 2. We still have 3 more groups to go to determine who will be our next 6 drivers moving on to round 2. Make sure you stick around as there's a lot more racing action to come. We appreciate all of you being here today, and as always, if you love the action you've seen, please remember to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as we bring you more exciting content here from the old Yadkin Valley Speedway, home to the Winston-Salem Racing Series and the Funkhauser Die-Cast Racing League. Also, don't forget to visit Merch by Meekin for all your custom metal die-cast signs and much more, as well as JDM Mania Tournament and Cousin Ricky merchandise. All the custom signs you see here around the track have been provided by Merch by Meekin, so make sure you visit him and get some products for yourself. And before you go, let me put it out there one more time that we have some amazing news here at the Funkhauser Die-Cast Racing League as we introduce to you the Funkhauser Fan Club. That's right, a premium YouTube membership to show your support of the Funkhauser Die-Cast Racing League. This membership starts with special badges, custom emojis for the race premieres and live chats, as well as members shoutouts and recognition from every race event. We hope you join and support the channel as we have a lot more planned. Now let me give a big shout out and thank you to Guy Young, Serrano Buckminster, DRT3K, and Damn Genius as being the latest members of the Funkhauser Fan Club. We appreciate you guys being part. We hope to see all y'all next.
Hold it! We ain't done here yet because Cousin Ricky has a special announcement to make.
Wait, do what?
You heard me right, and I've been quiet long enough. It's time to finally announce Cousin Ricky presents the Bootlegger Run. Once all these abominations of GDMs are done, we're going to be moving back to some real racing. That's right, the roots of stock car racing, the 1930s through the 1960s. So be sure to be here for some real racing action, baby. Yeah!
You had me worried there for a minute, Ricky, but I think we're going to have a great time here. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen.